Good evening, everyone. We're less than 3 days away from the launch of Nintendo Switch 2, and along with the launch console always comes launch games. This time, according to pressstart.com.au, so far there have been 23 games confirmed to be released on launch day, and I kind of wanted to go over these launch games, give a little bit of input on each one, and show whether I'm getting on day one, near future, either wait for a sale, borrow it, as in I'm not going to drop money on it, but I'll find some way to play it, or never. Couldn't care less. So first up, we have Fast Fusion, the sequel to Fast RMX, which was also a day one title for the 2017 Nintendo Switch 1. It's a spiritual successor to F-Zero. I actually did get this on launch day along with Snipper Clips and Breath of the Wild. It was a pretty fun game. I didn't beat it all the way. I think because I was mostly playing Breath of the Wild, and by the time I wanted to get back into a racing game, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe came out. But I'm sure this sequel is gonna have, well, from what I heard, it's gonna have 4K 60 frame per second support, I believe. So it's gonna look a shit ton prettier, run a lot more smoothly, and I'm sure it's gonna be stuffed with more content. So yeah, I'm putting this at day one. I think I'm getting it day one. So next up is the Breath of the Wild Switch 2 edition game. So yeah, this is a Switch 1 game, but there's gonna be enhanced ports to Breath of the Wild that will allow it to run a lot more smoothly and in 4K. I don't believe they're adding extra content. So right now I'm not subscribed to the NSO, but I will be. So technically I don't have to buy it as long as I'm subscribed to NSO. But let's say for argument's sake, I stay unsubscribed to NSO. I would wait for a sale. I'm still a little burnt out from Tears of the Kingdom. But yeah, so next up, pretty much the same argument. Tears of the Kingdom Switch 2 edition. Up-res resolution, smoother gameplay. Oh, and then also I forgot to mention, there's also the phone app where you get to track items, I believe it is, and help your friends out. Doesn't really appeal to me, but it's cool that's there. Still, I'm gonna keep Breath of the Wild where it's at, wait for a sale. And then Tears of the Kingdom is a lot more recent, so I'm a little bit more burnt out on this one. And they're both excellent games. Breath of the Wild redefined the open world genre of video games. But for me personally, right now, it's too close to when I finished Tears of the Kingdom. So this is where I have it for right now. Maybe my opinion will change later on. Once I get my craving for open world Zelda again. Yakuza 0, where the story chronologically begins. I'm more than halfway through like a Dragon. The first one that came out a while ago. I've been playing it on and off for like a few years now, actually, at this point, which is a really fun RPG. It's quirky, and I haven't 100, even to this point, I haven't 100% down the quick time events. Like, there's like a blue ring that slowly closes on the button that you have to press, but sometimes I do it and it doesn't sync. Apparently you're supposed to do it right before or something, but it's still a really fun game, and the story is like pretty in depth, and it's entertaining through and through. It's just I don't know, I guess I have a low attention span or something, but I'm gonna hop back into that, and if I do ever beat that game, I will look forward to playing this. To be honest, I don't see this as a near future game. I'll wait for a sale. Next up, Hogwarts Legacy Switch 2 edition. I heard somewhere that this is actually, so what they're gonna do is they're gonna get because this game also came out on Switch 1, but it was like very ugly because it's a massive game, but it was a miracle that they managed to port it onto Switch to begin with. But from what I heard, they're gonna get the Switch 1 edition, kind of just up-res it. They're not building a straight Switch 2 edition port, if that makes sense, from like the ground up. But I've heard good things about this game. I don't care for the controversial stuff that circled around it or whatever. But I might. I don't know why I got this weird, like, you know, that game Bully, that came out on the PS2 GameCube. Was it on the GameCube? It was on the Wii, right? Or it came out a definitive edition. I don't know why. When I see Hogwarts, like I say, I think of that game. But oof. I'm gonna wait for a sale. And then next up is Rune Factory Guardians of Azuna. Forgive my ignorance, but I'm going to read off of my phone because I do not know much of anything of this game. But Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma is a spin-off game title that takes place in a series to a Japanese-inspired land where players rebuild villages and fight corruption. Storytelling and settings: post-collapse, Eastern Asia, Earth Dancer. So it's a farming, village building. So you're basically recrafting your village and defeating monsters. It actually, now that I'm reading it, it does sound pretty interesting to me. I like the art style too. Ooh, I kind of regret not ever knowing about this game. Looks kind of like my cup of tea. Or where is it? I'm gonna put this at near future. Hitman, stealthy assassin game. I'll borrow it. Nothing pops out to me. Sorry for those who are fans of this game. Quick editing. Something that really sucks. I noticed right now that I guess during my initial recording, I paused the video, well, the recording, and I thought I unpaused it, but it turns out a chunk of my a segment of the video has been lost. So I'm gonna re-record from the Suikoden to the Ridge Racer. So it's gonna be kind of my explanation or reaction or whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's gonna be a little bit forced, and I might just power through it because it's like almost 2 in the morning. I gotta wake up soon, so that way I can just paste this into the original video. But yeah, sorry if it looks, and also the tier list looks a little bit weird. But yeah, here we go. So yeah, Suikoden, it's a remake of a classic from the makers of Final Fantasy, I believe. And to be honest, there's a lot of JRPGs that I've been meaning to get into, the classic ones, such as Chrono Cross, the Final Fantasy, the originals, and even Super Mario RPG, which is one of the bigger, more prominent ones that I should have gotten into by now. But things come up, video games, anime, life, and so for this I'm going to wait for a sale. I'll put it above Hogwarts Legacy. Next up, Cyberpunk 77. It initially started with its infamy, like being a buggy, horrible mess on consoles, PS4 and Xbox One at the time. But I gotta hand it to CD Projekt Red. They stuck to the game and polished the shit out of it, and now it's a masterpiece. And then with this Cyberpunk, it comes with included the Phantom Liberty DLC, and they're one of the few third-party developers that are fitting their whole game on one 64 gig cartridge, which is pretty cool. And so this is one of the near future games. And this is kind of a side tangent, but I think I'm gonna slowly move over to digital. Not all my games are gonna be digital. Maybe Cyberpunk will be one of the few I get on physical. But the only thing that's holding me back right now is the express cards they cost you an arm and a leg compared to like the regular micro SD cards. So yeah, like I said, there's a lot of great RPGs that are well, this isn't a classic RPG, but this is a RPG that originally came out on the 3DS, Bravely Default. I've been meaning to, when it first came out, I've been meaning to play it, but it looks like I'm gonna have the chance to play it. This is actually more of an anticipated game. I know on my original video, I think I put it like somewhere for wait for a sale, I believe, but I think I'm gonna put it right here in near future. And then Civilization, they're very famous RTS games. My go-to RTS, like I've mentioned a few times on this channel, is Halo Wars, and I know that's baby's first RTS for some people, but I hear Civilization 2 is the most prominent one, the most popular, because it's been remade 1,000 times. Since this is only RTS, I think I originally put it in near future, but I think I'm gonna have to wait for a sale. More of a time constraint with other games. Street Fighter, I kind of put this in the same basket as Mortal Kombat and Tekken. I know they're like, Tekken is a 2D, 3D fighting game, and Mortal Kombat they have a lot of technical differences, but whenever I hear Street Fighter, I hear about Mortal Kombat. There's always a comparison to those three games. But to be honest, the last 2D fighter, like quote unquote hardcore one that I've got into was Dragon Ball Fighters. I never went pro, obviously. I could never do that, but my 2D go-to fighting game is obviously Smash Brothers. I've put 20 years into that game since the franchise first started, even back on the N64. But circling back to Street Fighter 6, I'm still very interested in playing it. I might give this a chance. I'm gonna put this at the top of wait for sale. Split Fiction. I don't have any friends that will play with me, let alone a full campaign. I'll borrow it. Put it right here. If I can borrow it from a friend, that means I have a friend to play with. Ridge Racer, unless it's in like an actual like physical arcade setting, like Dave & Buster's or Chuck E. Cheese, I'm not interested. And this is where the video cut back in. And I think my tier list does look different. Sorry if there's gonna be some confusion, but actually I'm gonna put it back, that way it matches the video and there won't be any confusion. So Civilization, to be honest, it can bounce from near future to wait till sale, so that's fine with moving that here. So it could, and apparently I put it above Breath of the Wild, which is understandable because Breath of the Wild was a game I already beat, whatever. Apparently I put Split Fiction above Hitman. Hitman above Split Fiction, but it's interchangeable. And this is where it ends. Its next one up is Kunitsu Gaima Path of the Goddess, and I just watched the trailer for this. It looks fucking awesome. It's a action RPG made by Capcom. It's somewhat recent, but like the art style, the battling, the mechanics, fuck all these games. Near future. Borderline day one. I don't know if I have the money yet, but if I did, I'd buy it. Sonic X Shadow Generations. Like I've never been in. Last Sonic game I really got into was DX back on the GameCube. Sonic Mania was good fun. It's more so having Sonic sprinkled around like different games but the next Sonic game I do want to play is Sonic Crossworlds. That looks like fun. But as for Sonic X Shadow Generations, and to be honest, I never even played the original. Wait for a sale. I'll put it right here. Mario Kart World, day one, easy. I pre-ordered that. I should create a pre-order tier list. But yeah, and it's $50 if you pre-order it digitally with the bundle. I've made like a dedicated videos to Mario Kart World, and I've talked about it in other videos as well. So there's enough said. I'm playing that, even if, and not cause it's a system seller or anything. I've always been a fan of Mario Kart, the franchise in general. Next up is Deltarune, the sequel to Undertale, the 2015 indie game that took the internet and Rule 34 by storm. It's a spiritual successor to the Mother series. I'll be honest with you, I only know the characters from all the internet references. I know that the gameplay is simple but very good, and the crux of the game comes more so from the depth of the very well told story. I've heard good things about Deltarune in itself, chapters 1 and 2, and I guess 3 and 4 are out. I don't know if how many chapters in total there are going to be in this game or anything like that, but I might pick it up. Hopefully it's, because nowadays, to be honest, a lot of these games I want to play, it's just, I don't have as much time as I used to be honest. Or, I don't know, but yeah. Deltarune, you know what, I'm a near future it. But the thing is, this spot right here is more so for, I guess, Undertale, Deltarune, Chapter 1, 2, and 3 and 4 included, for the Switch 2 edition. Fortnite, I never got into it on the PS4, PS5, which I don't have, Xbox, Switch, nothing. Haven't played it then, haven't played it now. Sorry for all of you guys, sorry Ninja. I know it's a worldwide phenomenon, but no. My nieces and nephews still play it, and I don't want to. Nintendo Switch Welcome Tour. I would have played it if it came free with the game, with the system I mean, but it's like $10. I'm like, I could use that towards any other game on this list. So I'm like, nah. Next one. Nobunaga's Ambition Complete Edition. It's coming to the Switch 2. It looks like a lot like a board game called Risk. I've always wanted to try that game. I'm gonna leave this at the borrow section. Koei Tecmo is a producer and all that stuff. Survival Kids. I recently saw there was a NSO game of the original Survival Kids. I'm guessing you have to go around, build, craft, and survive. But I don't know if it's a certain day. I'm not interested. I don't know. Something about the art style too doesn't jive with me. I'll leave it at the bottom of borrow it. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to put this at borrow it. I'm gonna put this. Sorry, I'm going back to Nobunaga's Ambition. I'll put this at the top of wait for sale. Puyo Puyo Tetris. I've been meaning to play the first two. And this is a game that I know I'll enjoy. Kind of like an evergreen title for me, Tetris, and yet more so. I might get it day one just to have something extra to play that's in a different genre. So day one. So not like this game is better than any of the others, but for price wise, and I know it's like a turn off your brain kind of game for me, I'm gonna put it at day one. So yeah, this is my ranking for my personal anticipated day one launch Switch 2 games. Like I mentioned, Switch 2 console just around the corner. Let me know what you guys think, what you're picking up on day one, what you're never gonna touch. Maybe you'll buy when Christmas comes around, or wait for a sale like I do. So nowadays that I buy my own video games. Let me know what you guys think at the bottom of the comment section. Any and all thoughts, leave a like, dislike, ring that bell, and thank you all for watching. And here's hoping we all are playing our Switch 2s 3 days from now. Have a nice night, and thank you.